In this video, I'm going to show you how we get a B2B client to consistently rank not just on YouTube, but also on Google and AI. As you can see, for example, when we come to video outreach, we have our client here, Juani Taylor. We also have a video we did on a separate channel on Sender, ranking on that again, him, again there, again there, again there, again there, and again there, right? As well, if you search something like Loom Outreach, which is his main selling point, here we have him again, here we have him again, and again, and again and again. Also, if we go and type Loom Outreach into Google, as you can see, there's a video of him there, there's a video of him there, there's a video of him there, and there's a video of him there. If we click on view all, there he is, 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 there he is. If we ask, if we type in Loom Outreach to Google's AI, there he is. If we go on Perplexity and we say I need a good video around Loom Outreach, there he is, there he is. Let's open this up. There he is, 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 there he is. And if we open up, or who did we ask? Gemini. I need a good YouTube video around Loom Outreach. There he is, top one. There he is again. Hopefully that's enough proof that we know what we are doing here. And by the way, as you can see, this is all within an incognito tab, so nothing is adjusted to what I usually watch and search. Anyways, how do we actually do this? The first thing before we even get into the opportunity of being able to rank not just on YouTube, Google and AI, which by the way is going to completely change the results you get for your business, because a lot of people are going to be having specific questions, specific things that they're going to be searching on different platforms for different reasons. Some might come to YouTube because they prefer to just watch content. Some people go the, I guess, old school way now of searching it on Google, and some people now, a lot of people are actually using AI to get answers to their questions, like as we just seen something like Loom Outreach, right? Which before starting, a lot of people are going to have questions on. So the first thing I think we need to understand is, why do a lot of people just not rank for these sort of things? And it's very simple, right? They basically just sit down, right? They got their camera and they press record. They record their video. Once the video is done, they will post it onto YouTube. And YouTube has no relevant context about what this video is about, apart from the transcript and the title and the thumbnail, the 3 T's, right? But even here with these, because there was no planning around it, they are no good, right? So YouTube has no information, has no context about what this video is about. So who are they going to push it to? That's the question you need to be answering, because they just do not know. And by the way, when you get to a space where your channel already has a base audience, channel has good recurring subscribers, well, recurring viewers, your channel, YouTube understands who your audience is, then you can relax on this. But even then, you want to optimize everything as much as possible. But when you are a smaller and newer channel and you're trying to grow your channel in the space, you have to tell YouTube as many important bits and bobs about your video as possible. And what a lot of these channels do that can't rank, they do zero amount of research, they do zero amount of strategy, they don't do any of that. They just think, okay, I'm going to record something that I think that my ideal viewer is going to watch, and I'm going to post it, and it's just going to get you nowhere, and you're going to really struggle with that. So let's go into how we do this. The first thing you have to understand is you have to know your ICP. And it's not just about knowing your ICP, because everybody's going to have, know who their ICP is, have an idea of who they target, because they're already running some sort of business or venture, whatever you do. The goal is to really understand what they are searching, right? What are the specific keywords that they are typing in, right? What do these keywords look like? What are the specific questions that they have? Not what are their general problems, not what are their, general issues that they face, because you're going to know that. And if you don't know that, there's a lot of simple ways to get to know that, right? You've got your sales calls, you've got conversations that you've had with your multiple clients, you've got YouTube videos, right? There's everywhere, right? There's everywhere to look. You've got AI, right? You could just ask AI. And you're going to get a general idea of the problems that your exact client or your exact ICP is facing. So what you need to do is you need to compile a list of all the pain points that they're going to have, and then you take this list, right? You're going to have 1, 2, 3, whatever, how many ideas. You take these ideas, and then you have to start doing keyword research. Now, there's a few ways that you can do this. The first way is through using something like VidIQ, and this is more specific to YouTube research. So you can come in here, and as we saw, we can just type in something like Loom Outreach. And what this is going to give you is going to give you the search volume on a monthly basis and also the competition level. And as you can see, it's a very good keyword. Ideally, you want to find keywords that are being very highly searched, but the competition is extremely low. Now, you can use this and you can do something like cold email outreach. As you can see, very high. And it's not always going to be accurate because you see this, you see cold email outreach, and then you see it's very, very highly searched, obviously, but the competition is very low. So you can't always rely on this. But what you are doing with here is you're starting to now not just compile a list of the list of pain points I have here, but now you're starting to compile a list of specific keywords. So you have cold email outreach, right? Then you have like Loom outreach, right? So you're starting to like compile these lists, and you're going on matching terms, and you're seeing, how to do Loom outreach, right? You're starting to take a list of all these things, and you're also adding notes on there. Don't know about what that is meant to represent, but you're also now adding notes on how good these keywords are. And then what you want to do is you want to take these keywords, because they're based around YouTube, you go onto YouTube. And then what you want to do, and is ideally open YouTube up on a page that has no search history, that has no watch history, because you do not want the algorithm to be based on what you are searching. Because if you're searching this on your own account based on what you're watching, you're going to get very different results to what you could be doing. Now, you can do this for incognito, but the reason I recommend to do it is because you can get the VidIQ extension. And again, you can type in something like, let's just do cold email outreach, right? As we saw, and you're going to start typing this in. And when you type this in, you're going to obviously get a lot of videos. Now, the reason I recommend to have VidIQ is because you see this little thing here, and you can see the different outliers. So it tells you how good that video performed compared to the average that channel gets. So as you can see, this is a 95x outlier, which I'm not surprised, because it's 173,000 views on a channel with 15,000 subs. This one is a pretty good outlier as well. And what you want to do is essentially just look through these videos. There's a few things you want to note down. You want to see the quality of the content of the video. You want to see the size of the channels that are ranking for it. And usually when you find keywords that there's really big channels that are ranking for it, you're going to obviously struggle to rank for it as a smaller channel, which is why it's so important to just continue be doing this keyword research to find the keywords that are good opportunities. And I've got other videos in this. I'm not going to go too in depth onto how to actually do the keyword research, but you have to do keyword research. You have to understand, and you have to find the gaps in the market of these keywords that are being highly searched and the competition is very low. Where when you search it in, there's a lot of smaller channels ranking for it, meaning that you have a good chance to rank for it, right? So then you want to compile a list of these keywords. What you can also do, right? So you can use Google to find and do keyword research, and you can also use something like Gemini, which uses Google to see how many times people are searching specific things like this, right? And again, this video is not about how to do keyword research, right? This video is about to understand that you have to first of all build up this list of keywords to gain that knowledge and understanding. It's not about just knowing what your ICP is currently struggling with, what their current pain points are. It's about understanding how that relates to what they are searching, because once you can find the specific keywords they're searching, then you can now go and do specific videos around that. So this kind of relates to the next point, right? Once you know ICP, you do your keyword. You have to do your keyword research. You have to understand what they are searching. And we've also gone to how to validate this on YouTube. And again, I have more broader explanations on how to do this. Now you have to optimize everything, right? You have to optimize your videos. And I know there are channels that say, oh, look, you don't need to have a description. You don't need to have chapters. Your transcript is enough to get you ranking on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't hurt your channel at all. It gives you an extra advantage. It gives you that extra little bit of information that you can give to these platforms, to Google, to YouTube, to AI, to hopefully push your video as far out as physically possible. So why not do it? Why just rely on them reading your transcript and your title and hoping that they push you to the right channels? So what are we optimizing when we are optimizing everything, right? First things first, and this is extremely important to understand, right? You want to have one, I don't know why I did that anyways, one, right, keyword per video, right? We are not going and doing all of this and finding all these keywords here, right, and then doing one video for all of them. That is not what we're doing. Each of these keywords are one video. So this is a video, this is a video, and this is a video, all right? And the reason we do that is because once you can optimize one video on one keyword, YouTube knows exactly where to push you to who to push you to, and it makes, you know, your life and their life a lot easier, because you do not want to be pushed to a bunch of random keywords and not be the best. You essentially want to have the best possible video for that specific keyword, and that's going to give you the highest chance of being pushed to that video. First things first, you have to do one keyword per video. Now, what are we optimizing around? And this is what we always think about when we're optimizing videos. The first thing is going to be, which I've spoken about already, transcripts, right? You have to optimize your transcripts around these keywords, right? You have to make sure that the video is essentially based around what that keyword is around, right? If you start talking about other irrelevant stuff, I'm not saying you have to like consciously repeat that keyword every single time, right? But use it in your intro and try to just keep it relevant to them. The more relevant it is to that, the more they'll be able to understand. YouTube, Google, AI, they take these transcripts and they take all the relevant keywords they possibly can. So when someone's searching in, that is pushed to them. When you can concentrate on one keyword, it gives you much more of a powerful way to actually push to these people. So that's number one. Number two is obviously going to be the title, right? The title gives YouTube and Google and AI extreme relevance about what this specific video is about, because it's literally the title, right? It describes what it's meant to describe in very few characters what this 15-minute video is going to be about. So number one, always try to integrate your keyword within that title, and you have to make that title just as good as possible, because which we're going to go into in a second, right? The better that all this is optimized, the more likely people have to click and watch, which means it's going to be pushed out more because people are reacting well to it. So the title has to be done properly. The next thing is also, surprisingly, and this is maybe a bit more specific to YouTube, is the thumbnails, right? The thumbnails have to be optimized, right? YouTube, from what I understand, right, and I've had this conversation with a few people, they are scanning your thumbnail for specific keywords to see what that video again is about. YouTube is extremely reluctant to push out videos to people that they do not care about, right? If YouTube wants to keep people on the platform as long as possible, so give them the most relevant possible video they can think of. I have about 3 or 4 different channels. I use the channels, like YouTube accounts, and I use these user accounts for different things, right? One is strictly to watch content for business stuff, and I get pushed a lot of obviously content around that. And one is just for enjoyable random shit that I like to watch, and then I have other ones that are just like extra stuff. But those two algorithms are completely different, right? Same person, completely different algorithms, because YouTube is just trying to push me things that are relevant. So these 3 are incredibly important. They YouTube, Google, and AI all read the transcripts. They also all read the title, 2 extremely important bits. And YouTube, as far as I know, they scan the thumbnails for relevance, right? Now, after this, we have to optimize descriptions. And I always hear people talking about, oh, descriptions don't matter. And I think I spelled that right. But they do. And I'm not saying you have to sit there and type out a essay for your description. All we do, and again, I posted a video on this, and I'll make sure to link these videos in the description, so go ahead and watch them after this, around how to optimize all of this to make sure you're ranking. And the goal of a description is to, number one, just explain what the video is covering. So if which most people don't, if someone reads it, they know they've clicked on the right video. And number 2, to just utilize, again, this keyword as many times as possible. These platforms, YouTube, Google, AI, they're scanning everything. So they are going to be reading your descriptions. They are going to be trying to understand exactly what this video is about. So utilize that keyword as many times as possible. You also want to use that keyword, by the way, when you're writing your description, at the top of your description, just to help to rank, right? Next, you also want to make chapters. This is a great way to, number 1, improve watch time, which is extremely important, which we'll go into a second, but also number 2, to actually help you rank. And if I go back into an incognito tab and I, again, search in Loom Outreach, as you can see, chapters. And what do we have in that chapter? Loom Outreach. What do we have in the top of this keyword? On top of this, struggling. On top of this description, Loom Outreach. What do we have in the title? Loom Outreach. If we click on the video,
why is Amazon paying me?
What do we have in the description? Loom Video Outreach. Loom Outreach. And we start about other keywords, right? I'm not saying you have to just focus on those. Cold Outreach. These are other keywords to rank for. Again, Loom Outreach, Loom Video Outreach, Loom Outreach. As you can see, and if you read this, it's not like we're spamming these keywords continuously. they just iterate properly, describes what the video is about, and we're using that keyword as many times as possible. And again, chapters help you rank because YouTube can read what these chapters are, and Google and AI can also use these chapters to understand specific points in your video, because every single chapter is essentially a different search topic. All right, so utilize and try to optimize these keywords around these specific chapters. For example, we always try to put the keyword in the start and just call it keyword intro, right? Because it helps. And last of all, use tags. Okay, a lot of people say tags don't matter, and they don't really, to be honest. They don't really help much, but why not just do it, right? Even if it's going to give you a tiny % of an improvement, right? Why not do it? It's super quick. You can go into rapid tags, which is what we use, right? And it's not some secret or something. And we just put in Loom Outreach, and bang, you've got loads of keywords that you can just literally copy and go into your description, right? And just paste it in. And now you've got all these keywords and all these tags that you can, help to push and rank for. So anyone that says that SEO and the optimization does not matter, the video has to be good, which it has to be, but all of this is going to help. It is going to help whether you like it or not. This helps. And if you could do this every single time for every single video, you are going to get better results. You're going to be appearing more often in search. You're going to appearing more often in YouTube and Google and on these AI platforms. Now, again, make it worth watching. It is only going to work if the video is actually good. If people click on the video and you've just clickbaited them, as in like they click on the video expecting one thing and you just completely start talking about something completely different, they're going to click off. If they click on the video and it's just a crap video and they do not care and there's no value in it, they are just going to click off. And if you have low watch time, YouTube does not push your video, which alternatively means that Google and AI is also not going to push your video. And because there is a pattern of the higher you rank on YouTube, the more likely your videos are to be pushed to number on Google and also to these AI platforms. So, right, make it worth watching, right? Every single video needs to be as valuable as possible, right? It needs to give out as much information as possible and help that viewer as much as possible, right? And the longer you keep them watching, the more it's going to be pushed, which is why we also encourage to use chapters, because chapters improve watch time, right? Because some people will think that, oh, if I use chapters, then people are going to skip to a specific part in the video and not watch the rest. I mean, what do you think they're doing, right? No one, I mean, there might be people, but a lot of people are not clicking on a video and watching it the whole way through. They're trying to skim past it to find relevant parts of that video that matter to them. So once you can put in those, and a lot of time they won't find it, even though it's in the video, they won't find it because they've quickly skimmed through the video, they can't find it, they go on to the next one. If you give them the chapter, they will click on it, they will watch it, maybe they're now even more intrigued, so they're just going to watch the rest of your video anyway. Give them chapters. I've had conversations with people who say, I will not watch a video that doesn't have chapters, right? I had a client who said, make sure we use chapters, which I said, don't worry, we always do. And he said, because I will not watch a video that doesn't have chapters. But I don't know anyone that is going to skip a video entirely because there's chapters in there, right? So just do it, right? It's going to help. Right, if you have spent all that time, effort, recording a video, putting chapters, use the chapters, it's going to help, and as well as doing all of this, right? Anyways, make it worth watching, right? It's that simple. And then you monitor and compound. And you might think that with someone like Wani, who I showed you, which we can pull up, right? You might think, oh, but it's only like that because you've done, multiple videos around Loom Outreach. Obviously, it's going to rank. We did this 8 days ago, and it's really the first video we done on like cold outreach. As you can see, 4.2k views. Performed really well. And if we go to search in cold outreach, he is right there, right? So it can be done, right? Your channel has to obviously, YouTube have to still understand and know what your channel is. So it's not like a thing where you're going to post one singular video and it's going to bring you those results straight away. Compound and build, right? Give it some time. Let YouTube understand your algorithm. Let YouTube understand your audience, because once they can understand your audience, they're going to push you out, right? If the content is valuable, if you give them the information they need. But this here is all more incredibly important for a brand new channel, because YouTube has no idea who you are. YouTube has no idea who to push your content to. So give them everything they need to push your content out to the right people. And we can go to when we first started working with him, and as you can see, this was the first video, but the first video we really done properly and optimized properly was this one, 17,000 views, right? And I think it's the most popular one on his channel. And the reason for that is because we just found it was such an open market when it came to doing Loom outreach. So do your research and optimize everything, right? If you're going to spend the time recording a very high quality video, optimize everything. And then monitor and compound. Find keywords that work and reuse those keywords, especially if it works for you and it's what you do, right? Juani does video outreach, right? It's his service. This is what he does, right? He helps B2B with video outreach. So we found a keyword that works and we optimize it, and we are constantly testing. I'm not saying just focus on that specifically. We are always testing. But every single video goes through the same process of do the research, right? Pain points, research, keywords, one video per keyword, do the research around YouTube as well, and optimize everything. If you click on any video that he has, they're all optimized like this, right? Some might not perform great, but that's okay. Again, that's more information for us to understand why. And some will perform really well. And then again, you monitor, you compound, you fix, you publish, and you repeat. And over time, you will just get consistent results, right? You dominate your niche, your library platforms, and it just brings an insane amount of inbound leads all the time, right? And it's even more powerful because they're not just reading, they are watching you, they are building that trust, and that intent is building. And when they book a call, the intent is super high. So if you want to start dominating your niche, and if you want to start booking anywhere between 10 to 40 inbound calls every single month for your business directly from YouTube, use the link below to book in a call. Let's chat and see if we can do something similar for you. And if you want to understand how to do a fully optimized video, step by step, all of this, right, described in detail, then watch the video on screen now. I break all of that down. I think it's about an hour long. It's super valuable. I'll see you there.